Hey everybody, welcome back. Today we start a very interesting and intriguing indie game that definitely caught my eye. This one is called Slay the Princess. Besides the amazing reviews on Steam, also the artistic style, as I saw the trailer, I was mesmerized. Out of this world, really looks amazing. This is a horror visual novel. Choice matter, heavily choice matter. There are a lot of different routes you can take, so I'm guessing we'll have to do multiple tries here to really figure out the story. Definitely looks interesting. Let's go. Alright, let's hit new. That was very scary. Okay, I was just about to hit new game. I did not do anything, guys. Alright, interesting. Let's go. Chapter 1, The Hero and the Princess. Here we go.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
Alright. I have save. Wait a minute, what are those? Settings? Save, I'm guessing. Okay. What's the menu? Skip and auto. Okay, by the way, how cool is that piano? Lovely.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
That's dramatic, alright. So I have some choices here. Okay, oh, you probably cannot see it. Didn't get, wait a minute. Let's fix this. Alright, that's better. So, explore the end of the world. What are you talking about? Yeah, I have a lot of questions. Like, that was really straightforward. I know it's the title of the game, but that was really straightforward. So, the end of the world. What are you talking about? If you consider that maybe the only reason she's going to end the world is because she's locked up. Killing a princess seems kind of bad though, doesn't it? Can someone else do it? Forget it. Have you considered that maybe I'm okay with the world ending? Jeez. Do I get some sort of a reward? Okay, thanks for telling me what to do. Sweet, I've always wanted... Alright. Vive la revolution. Silently continue or turn around and leave. I'm guessing this will trigger the end of the game. First of all, I want answers. What is he talking about? How she's gonna bring the end of the world?
I'm talking about the end of everything as we know it. No more birds, no more trees, and perhaps most problematically of all, no more people. You have to put an end to her.
All because of her. Alright. So I think we have to go into this without assuming anything. Maybe we cannot trust the narrator, maybe we cannot trust the princess, maybe we cannot trust neither, or maybe they both mean well and it's out of their control. So I mean, all options currently are on the table until we know a bit more. How can a princess locked away in a basement end the world? That's a good question. That's what I want to know. If you don't tell me why she's dangerous, I'm not going to kill her. How is she gonna bring the end of the world?
Don't linger on the specifics. You have a job to do here. Just get in there and do what needs to be done. We're all counting on you.
Why can't I know the specifics? Do you have any evidence? That's a good question. Have you considered that maybe the only reason she's going to end the world? No. I want evidence.
Look, you're already on the path that leads to the cabin. Why would you be here if it weren't to complete a very important task? You've made it this far, you might as well reach the end of your journey.
He does not provide answers, does he? Look, I'll go to the cabin and I'll talk to her. And if she's bad as you say she is, then maybe I'll slay her. But I'm not committing to anything until I've had a chance to meet her face to face. And that's a fair thing to say.
Then I guess we'll just have to see what happens. But a word of warning. If you go in prepared to hear her out, she could easily trap you in her web of lies.
Oh.
And the more you listen to her honeyed words, the harder it'll be to pull yourself out.
I see.
Then each and every one of us is doomed. So sure, go, talk to her. See how that turns out for all of us.
That's so interesting. That is so interesting.
You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within.
I love the drawings.
We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them.
I love that they have a voice actor for this. It adds so much. It adds so much.
Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Him? Wait a minute. Who was the second ago? It was not the narrator? Oh, I was talking and I was not focusing on that. I thought it was the narrator. Ignore him. Do I have like a log or something? Voice of the hero. Oh, wait a minute, that's me? We're not going to go through this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them. The narrator, ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about. Him. Not. So it's not me, there's someone else here? I'm kind of confused. If the voice of the hero is my voice, then shouldn't the narrator say, ignore yourself or your judgment? Maybe there's someone else here, I don't know. Okay, never mind. Let's continue. Proceed. I'm stalling.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade.
Yeah, I see.
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
You know what? I'm gonna save right now. Who knows what comes next? Let's save the game. Take the blade or enter without the blade. If things go wrong, can I do that without the blade? Okay, I'm gonna take the blade and maybe I won't use it.
You take the blade from the table. It'd be rather difficult to slay the princess and save the world without it.
But it is possible. And I'm regretting taking the blade now. Okay, never mind. Took it already. Let's go. I'm so invested already. This is so immersive.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor.
He's trying to convince me still. It's very poetic the way he describes it, even though describing something very dark and disturbing, but in a poetic way, if it makes sense.
Her voice carries up the stairs.
Who's there?
Ah, I can finally hear her.
She sounds dangerous.
Voice of the
It's
hero.
almost as if she's the one in charge down here.
Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation.
Can we trust you though, narrator? Maybe we can. Maybe she means to harm or to end the world. Just checking in on you. Hey, I think I'm here to kill you, question mark. Continue down the stairs. I'll start by just trying to get more information. If I'm gonna say I'm here to kill you, I think it won't help me.
Don't be a stranger. It's been so long since I've had any visitors. Come on down.
The way she sounds is manipulative, but let's see.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
She's so coldly beautiful. Is she really a threat to the world?
Focus on the task at hand.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
I want answers. What? No way. Why would you even think that? Okay, yeah, you caught me. I'm here to slay you. Nuh-uh. I haven't decided yet. I'm just here to talk. I haven't decided.
How about you drop the knife and the two of us just talk?
Look how reasonable she's being. We should just drop the blade and talk things out. Don't you dare. It's fine. We can decide what we want to do after we talk to her. Maybe she really is a monster. Killing someone in cold blood isn't very becoming of us.
I think I'm gonna drop it, not because I trust her, but because I think that's the key to get more information. I need to also put an act as if there's no way I'm gonna harm her. Just in case, that's the only way to get more information. I'll drop it.
The blade tumbles out of your trembling hands and drops to the floor with an unceremonious clang.
Thank you.
Against your better judgment, you step forward to speak with the princess face to face, unarmed.
Now we're in danger, I think.
We'll be fine. I don't know what you're hoping to accomplish here, but I can assure you there's no reasoning with her.
We'll see.
Just make sure you don't forget about the blade on the floor. You're going to need it.
We'll see.
So here we are. What an awkward start to a relationship.
She's fine, I'll give her that. Yeah, it's pretty awkward. A relationship where you're coming on to me. How would I get you out of here? I'm here because you're supposed to end the world. There's people out there who think you're going to end the world. What do you have to say about that? It's a good question. Of course, there's no reason to believe she'll speak the truth, but maybe? What's your name? Do you know I'm here to kill you? Okay, I've talked enough. I don't want to give her the answer of you're gonna end the world. It will be too easy for her to manipulate me. Let's try to gather information. How long have you been here?
Too long.
Note the lack of detail.
Yeah.
You can't trust her.
It doesn't mean I cannot trust her, but yeah, noted the lack of detail. And your name? She probably won't say it.
She hesitates before answering.
You can address me as Your Royal Highness, or Her Majesty. Any honorific should do, really.
Again, she offers no specifics. No matter how hard you try, you'll never get a straight answer out of her.
The narrator is really using it to make his point. I'll give him that. Do you know why I'm here to kill you?
Do you?
Again, she's not giving details. I know what I've been told.
So, you're not going to share? How pointless.
Look who's
If you
talking.
want to talk, I'll talk. But this isn't talking.
As if she was talking until now. Come on, Your Highness. I'm not saying I'm gonna get her out of here, but if I'll choose to.
You can't. Don't bother.
I'm guessing you don't have the key then. I'm sure there's a key somewhere around here, and if there isn't, well, we can always put that knife to good use.
I don't like the smile when she was talking about the knife. Okay.
Her sharp eyes settle on the edge of the blade. She isn't suggesting what I think she's suggesting, right?
She is suggesting, but I don't like it because she's not sharing details.
She is. I'm sure of it.
Let's try this. Are you coming on to me?
Don't jump to any weird conclusions. We're two people who have met each other. By definition, we have a relationship.
Ah, of course. Okay, we've talked enough.
Oh, have you decided what to do with me?
You didn't give me any information. It's hard to decide.
You know why you're here.
Slay the princess. I'm getting you out of here. I'm going to keep you locked away down here, at least for a bit. We can get to know each other better while I decide what to do. Yeah, I'm still not sure what to do. I want to wait a bit more. I need more information.
That seems like a pretty good compromise. Leaving her alive is too risky. If you don't deal with her soon, she will find a way out.
One way or another, I'm going to find a way out of here. You can make it easier for both of us if you help. And if you don't, I can promise that you'll come to regret that decision.
That's an interesting way to try to persuade me to help her by threatening me. Alright?
You have to make a choice. Let's hope for all our sakes it's the right one.
Slay the princess, let's get you out of here. Examine the chains. I made my choice. I'm locking her in the basement. Won't that trigger the end of the game? I'm having another save here. I don't know what's going on. I wonder if there's a way to get out of here without the knife, because... You know what? I'm gonna try to let her out. I'm gonna try it. I'm probably gonna regret it, but... Yeah... I'm curious. I'm curious to see what's going to happen.
Oh, for the love of...
Good. I'm glad you've come to your senses.
I'm not sure I have, but okay.
You're making a huge mistake. No, you're doing the right thing. You walk up to the chains binding the
Was that
princess to
hero,
the
so it's
wall
not me?
and give them a tug. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
If you don't have the key, maybe you should go looking for it. I'm sure it's somewhere upstairs.
Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just left the key to her chains somewhere in the cabin.
So by the way, guys, yes, the voice of the hero, it's someone else. It's not us, because again, the way they refer to us, let me check. No, you're doing the right thing. Yeah. He's telling us you're doing the right thing. Interesting. Okay, so, and if there isn't a key, do you have any ideas besides me cutting you out of here? I'm going to check upstairs, maybe the key is still lying around somewhere up there, and if not, maybe I can at least find something to break you free. Yeah, I'm going upstairs.
I'll be here.
I know.
You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slams shut. You hear the click of a lock sliding into place.
Okay, we made a mistake. I'm gonna die here.
Is someone else here?
Let me out of here. Try the door. Turn to the bottom of stairs. Let me out of here won't work, but I'm curious what will happen.
Your shouts and pleas are met with silence. You're here to slay the princess, and you won't leave until the task is done.
Okay, we're going down.
You make your way back to the bottom of the stairs.
So no key, huh?
This would have been so much easier if you'd simply slain her like you were supposed to.
Yeah, I figure you say that.
Easier for whom? Easier for everyone.
I feel like I have like a devil, you know, and an angel on my shoulders. Okay.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they?
Yeah.
The knife. Pick it up and cut me out of here.
You won't like what happens if you do that.
Okay, let's save again. And I'm gonna try to save the princess, and I think that very possibly she will use the knife to kill me or something.
Against your better judgment, you place the blade against the princess's arm, just above the massive, unyielding chain. You cut into her flesh.
Yikes.
The blade is sharp, and you make quick work of it. Before long, you're able to crack through bone, and she pulls the bleeding stub of her arm through the iron gauntlet. She didn't so much as utter a sound. Free from her bindings, the princess turns to face you, her fierce gaze meeting your eye.
Don't end the world.
How is she so composed after losing an arm? It's like she isn't even bothered by it.
I think she's not human.
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
Okay.
We won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't just let her escape into the world. No, I just can't let her escape into the world.
Can you trust that narrator?
As the princess approaches the bottom stair, your body steps forward and raises the blade.
Wait a minute, my arm. Look at my claws. And like fur. Am I a beast? What am I, guys?
Wait, this isn't fair. You can't just do that. Watch me.
Wait a minute. The narrator is doing that? Slay, 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 slay. Warn her. Let's give her a warning.
Stop that.
I thought this was a little too easy.
Your body lunges forward to sink the blade into her back, but the princess swiftly moves out of the way before you can connect. Stop it. Stop resisting me.
What's happening?
Trying to get you out of here alive.
Stop resisting me? What's happening? Like I have split personality? Resist. I'm resisting.
The blade. Move the blade.
You're doing your best to help me, aren't you? I can see the conflict in your eyes.
Yeah, I don't know why, but I'm trying.
I'll make this quick.
You're gonna kill me now?
She steps forward and pries the blade from your rigid hands.
Maybe I'll see you in another life.
Yeah, she's going to kill me.
And then she slits your throat with an almost clinical ease. Her face remains unchanged as she watches you collapse to the ground, blood flowing from your butchered neck.
That's an interesting development.
This is the end, isn't it? I'm afraid it is. Everything goes dark, and you die. I hope it was worth it.
Okay, so that did not go well at all, but it was interesting. Oh, chapter 2. The game is not over.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Here we go again. This time we're playing the prisoner. So there's something very interesting going on here. The narrator is trying again and again with multiple characters, people to take her down. I'm getting a terrible sense of deja vu. Wait, hasn't this already happened? Okay, no, but I died. What am I doing here? You bastard, you're in for it now. I'm wise to your tricks. Do you think you will tell me the truth? Because just like the princess that did not provide any answers, which was interesting, the narrator as well, he doesn't provide any answers. When I tried at the beginning of the game to ask him, does he have evidence? Why does he think she's going to, end the world? Just like the princess, which I was very unsatisfied with the answers, the narrator as well. So I'm guessing now I'm gonna ask and he will be evasive. Let's ask, but I died? What am I doing here?
I can assure you that you're not dead. And to answer your second question, you're here to slay the princess. I literally told you that a second ago.
Here we go, again, he's very evasive. So it's just like the princess.
What he did was the last time around. I wouldn't trust a word out of his mouth. There's got to be a way out of here.
Voice of the
For
skeptic.
the princess. We just have to keep trying. I'm inclined to agree. If he doesn't remember what happened last time, maybe it's best to keep it that way.
So we have a hero, skeptic, and a narrator now.
You know I can hear you two, right?
Yeah, this is so interesting.
You think to keep secrets from me.
This game is designed to sort of play with your head, but also to lure you in, and doing that amazingly. So I think, obviously we can tell by now, it's not just a story about someone who needs to slay a princess because she's about to end the world. There's something else going on here. Maybe inside our head, maybe not, but we need to find out what's really is happening more than our objective. So let's assume I'm telling the truth. All this really did happen. Why should I listen to you?
Those are
a
two
good question.
very different questions, but fine, I'll indulge you if that's what it takes to get you moving. Let's say for a moment that this really is the second time you've met me, or at least a version of me.
Sure.
You died last time, which probably only happened because you didn't listen to me. The absolute irony. Well, that's one way to put it, I guess. You really don't remember what happened last time, do you? You practically forced the princess to kill us.
So the voice of the hero, everything he says, really fits the characteristic of a hero, the classic hero. A skeptic, the same way, very fitting the characteristic of a skeptic. However, the narrator doesn't have the characteristic of a narrator, which is supposed to be, objective. He got like strong opinions and all that, and he's got motives, maybe good motives, maybe not, but he got motives.
Sound like the sort of thing I'd do, which is honestly all the more reason for you to not buy into whatever self-delusions the three of you are crafting. But this is a thought experiment, so I suppose I'll continue to give you the benefit of the doubt.
I'm so immersed.
If I did practically force the princess to kill you, it was probably for a good reason. Did you try and free her? Did you say something really mean to me? Because if I really did what you said I did, you probably deserved it. I'm a professional, after all. Sure you are. Anyway, I believe your second question was, what's the point of doing anything? If you're asking that, it sounds to me like you're making the rather dangerous assumption that your actions last time around didn't have any consequences. What do you mean? Of course there weren't any consequences. You forced the princess to kill us and now everyone's right back where they started. That sounds pretty consequence-free to me. Yes, but in this purely hypothetical scenario, that begs the question of how you got back here. Did time simply rewind itself, or were you instead transported to a different world entirely?
It's a good question.
If it's the latter, what do you think happened after you died? Do you think the people there lived happily ever after? Or do you think that the princess, left unhindered, brought about the end to everyone and everything, just like I told you she would?
Would you tell me?
What a conveniently ambiguous group of things for her to ruin. For all we know, the princess left the cabin and never saw another soul.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Oh, how I wish that were the case, but if the princess weren't a certain, inevitable threat to the world, the four of us wouldn't be here. And yet, here we are.
Not accurate, but if she did end the world, how she's back there in the cabin right now?
You're talking in circles. No, I'm talking in facts.
How can we trust that you're telling the truth and those are the facts? We cannot. Let's talk about this princess.
Just be quick about it.
So, the only reason she was even able to kill me last time was because I let her, and all she did was slit my throat. How is she supposed to end the world? Who locked her in that basement? What is this place? That's a more interesting question.
People locked her in that basement, and I told
course,
you
he's
what this
evasive.
place is. It's a path in the woods. Don't overcomplicate things.
He's not saying anything. The only reason she was even so that if people locked her away, why couldn't they slay her? Why is this falling on me?
Look, I'm not supposed to say this, but it's because you're special.
Yeah, I'm not buying
You're
it.
the only person capable of doing this. Call it a prophecy, if that helps, but it's just the way things are.
He's trying to manipulate me. I'm starting to less and less trust this narrator. Very evasive, and he's trying to give me here what I want to hear to make me feel good, so I can go along with it.
Oh, I didn't know we were special. Of course you're special. Why else would you be here? Yes, right. We're here because we're special.
I'm with a skeptic on this one.
Look, you're annoyed that you're here. I get it. I'm also annoyed that I'm here. But we're all in this together, and we're dealing with a bit of a ticking clock right now, so please just get to the cabin.
I'm not annoyed because I'm here. I'm annoyed because the narrator won't give me some details. So, yeah, you're being cagey. Why aren't you telling me? That's the $1 million question. So, I don't think you're going to answer that, honestly, but I'm going to ask it.
I've told you everything you need to know. Going into more detail would just overcomplicate an otherwise very simple situation and make your job more difficult.
So, it's already difficult. As you can see, I'm struggling to understand what the heck is going on.
Not to sound like a broken record, but the less you know about her, the better things will go for all of us. I know it sounds like I'm hiding something, but you're just going to have to trust me here.
Based on what? You know, it is possible that he's right. It is possible that he's telling the truth. We do not know. I wonder, I'm trying to figure out what could be the reason for him telling me all the details that will make me feel like it's more difficult to do the job. Maybe if he'll give me all the details, I feel more sympathy towards her. I don't know. Okay, let's try this. The only reason she was even able to kill me last time was because I let her and all she did was slit my throat. How is she supposed to end the world?
She just can. Believe me, I wish I could tell you more, but you'll just have to trust that what I'm saying is true, and that, despite it all, you're fully up to the task that's been given to you. You haven't given us an ounce of proof. You do know that, right? What proof could you possibly ask for? Literally anything. Fine. Check your pockets.
Okay.
You put your hands in your pockets and pull out an envelope with the words, "The Evidence," written across the front. Within, you find a note in your handwriting. It reads, "The princess will end the world if you don't stop her. This is an immutable truth."
You know it's not proof by any means, right?
That doesn't prove anything. How do we know you didn't just forge our handwriting? I wish I could tell you more, but there are some rules I have to follow for all our sakes. Please just trust that these rules are in place for a reason. I'm on your side.
This is the first time he gave me an answer I can work with. At least he's giving me a reason. Saying that giving me the facts would, or the truth or more details would complicate things. It's not a good of an answer, but he's admitting that he needs to follow some rules. That's something that makes me leans a bit more towards trusting him for the first time, I think. Interesting.
You mean you're on our side as long as we do what you tell us to? Exactly. Because you not doing what I tell you to do means you're putting the world at risk. I think we've got everything out of him we're gonna get.
Yeah. So, you know, I know I'm talking a lot, and I'm sharing my thoughts a lot, and it's kind of slow because of it, but I think that's how the game's supposed to work, and that inner conflict within the player, that's what they're trying to achieve, and they nailed it from the first second, basically. So that's why I'm, like, every couple of seconds sharing why I'm so conflicted all the time.
Now, if you don't mind, the whole world is waiting with bated breath for you to save it from ruin.
Him talking about he needs to follow some rules, that's the first time I sort of, as I said, leaning towards maybe trusting him. But the thing is, if I'm gonna slay the princess, I think that basically it completes the game. And by dying again and again and again, I think you're gonna uncover all the details. Okay, proceed.
A warning before you go any further.
Sure.
She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says. Yes, don't believe a word she says. Just go in, take the knife, and do what you're supposed to. Wink. Did you just say wink out loud? No, I didn't. Wink.
I love the skeptic. It's funny.
Just ignore this clown and focus on the princess.
Let's go. Here we go
The
again.
interior of the cabin is
Changed.
less a cozy woodland retreat and more like a dungeon. A few
Oh.
pathetic wisps of starlight attempt to illuminate the cold, uninviting stone walls, and thick, wrought iron bars barricade the windows, reminding anyone who enters that this is a prison. The only furniture of note is an iron table bolted to the floor, a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement.
You didn't say anything about the mirror on the wall. Yeah, that crossed my mind. Because it's describing what I'm seeing in front of me, like to the very tiniest detail, but ignoring the mirror. This whole cabin is different than last time.
He definitely did not. Does a mirror
Why did
count
not
as
talk about a mirror?
furniture of note to you? Because it should. There isn't a mirror. There's a table, the blade sitting on the table, and the door to the basement. There's nothing else in here.
That was unexpected.
There's definitely a mirror. There isn't. I think you know what we have to do.
Yeah, we're approaching the mirror. Why would you lie about that? What's the point? You won't give me an answer. I want to look at myself, I want to see how handsome I am. Doesn't matter. Remain silent, approach the mirror. We're approaching the mirror. Let's go.
You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here.
No reflection?
This really isn't funny.
Oh, wipe the mirror clean.
You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall.
That's an
How do you
interesting
know how
development.
ridiculous you look right now.
I believe you, I look ridiculous. Wow, what was that about?
But it was there a second ago.
Swear to God, it was. Hey, I'm recording this video game. I can check while editing. It was there.
And now
Just
it's
saying.
gone. If he doesn't want us to know about it, it must be important. We should keep our eyes peeled. Maybe it'll be back.
If it is an illusion, why the narrator cannot see it? This whole cabin is different than last
Very
time.
different. Yes, but why? Did he change it? Or did it change all on its own? Maybe it's a different cabin entirely. Now isn't that a novel thought? Maybe you haven't actually been here before. I hope this means you'll finally drop your ridiculous past life nonsense. You haven't died, and you certainly haven't been killed by the princess. So focus up. Don't get distracted by minor details.
I'm dying to know what's going on here, guys. I'm gonna take the blade, but again, I don't think I'm gonna use it. I'm
Take the
gonna...
blade from the table. It will be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon.
I think I'm gonna try again to get killed, to keep that loop of seeing those events until I find some answers. I think like slaying the princess basically completes the game. I do not know that, I'm just guessing.
Good idea. Much better to be armed than to go in with blind hope alone.
Let's go.
The door to the basement creaks open.
Very different, looks like a
revealing
castle.
An old stone staircase. A few sputtering torches attempt to vaguely illuminate your path, dancing across glimmering patches of slimy moss on the stone steps. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. Her voice, harsh but controlled, carries up the stairs.
Who is
that
there?
a visitor I hear? Please, come downstairs. It's been a while since I've had company.
This time she said something different. Also, I'm trying to figure out what is the meaning of the different font. During our last, section with the princess, we had two types of fonts. I'm trying to understand why. I'm not sure yet.
Does she remember us? You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess.
Damn, the
She
chains
looks up
are
at you, the
heavier
heavy
this
collar
time.
around her neck clanking loudly as she moves. The chains binding both her wrists to the far wall, joining the metallic chorus as she adjusts her hands in her lap. So much for cutting her out of here.
Yeah.
Do you hear yourself right now? Cutting her out of here never should have been on the table.
Have you noticed the empty chain on the wall? Odd that in a place where everything seems to serve a distinct purpose, there would be something so obviously useless.
That was there last time too,
Good point.
It was.
Huh.
What an interesting development. Why don't you have a seat? The two of us should chat before you bury that thing in my heart.
Sit with her, slay the princess. I'm not sure I need to do much of anything to see how locked up she is. I'm just going to leave her here. Leave the princess in the basement. Let's sit with her.
You step towards the princess, but she stops you before you get too close, holding up one shackled hand.
There's fine. I'd prefer we keep some distance until we've sorted this out.
Alright.
That's reasonable. We do have a weapon. Might as well put her at ease.
By the way, last time she killed us because we had the knife. If we did not have the knife, maybe next time I won't bring it. Yeah, that would be interesting. Yeah, let's sit where we were told to.
You do as she asks and sit on the floor, still a good distance away from her.
Safe distance?
Thank you. Now, what are your intentions for me?
That's a different princess. She's much nicer and calm. I feel like I want to be honest with her. Or maybe that's part of the manipulation. She's playing a game. Maybe she's not really nice and calm. Maybe that's part of the game. Let's see, my intentions. What do you mean? I've been here before. I'm the only one who remembers that. What happened after I died last time? She probably will say, I don't remember, or you did not die. I'm guessing she won't either know or play along with that. That other chain on the wall, who is it for? That's an interesting question. Let's ask this one.
I don't know, but you could always try it on.
That's funny.
Maybe it'll fit.
I hope I don't actually have to say this, but please don't lock yourself in chains. We need you ambulatory if you're going to save the world.
Just because the narrator says don't do that, kinda motivates me to do it. Inspect the shackle. You were asking about my intentions earlier. What did you mean by that? I've been here before. What happened after I died? What would you have me do? I think I'm just going to leave you here. Actually, you're not much of a threat to anyone locked up. Or slay the princess. Let's ask. What did you mean by that?
Yes, your intentions. You have a knife. What are you going to do with it? Why are you here? There isn't a keyhole in these shackles, so I'm afraid my only way out is surgical removal.
Huh.
Is she forgetting about the shackle on her neck?
Or does she think she'd survive a beheading?
You're right. Maybe she's delusional. All the more reason not to trust her.
Do you remember how last time she did not feel a thing while her hand was cut?
Unless she really
So many
could
questions.
survive.
Though I suppose you could just be here to kill me. But I don't think that's in either of our best interests.
She's definitely behaved differently than last time. I've been here before. Let's see if she's gonna play along.
Oh? Are we acknowledging that? I thought we weren't going to give away the game. But yeah, I remember.
Oh! Oh! Okay.
What you said back in the woods really was true.
You see?
As much as I would like to remain in denial, it's no use. This has complicated things.
What does that mean?
It's complicated things. How exactly? Ideally, this was supposed to be one and done. You go to the cabin, you heroically slay the princess, and in the process you save the entire world from being damned to oblivion. The situation right now, where you're getting a second shot at things, is a contingency.
A contingency for what?
Yeah.
For you failing, obviously. And you being here means that things are going to be a lot harder than they were. I really shouldn't say anything else. I'm just going to make it worse. Just good luck.
I think the narrator understands now that me being here for the second time, I know that there are ways to find out more details and try different things instead of just slaying her and end it. So...
Now hold on, if you knew this could happen, why didn't you believe us back in the woods? Why
He was
lay out
lying.
all those hypotheticals? We didn't have to talk in circles.
I needed you to believe this was your first time here, even if that wasn't the truth. I
yeah.
hoped if I pushed back hard enough, I could cram this seeping mess back into the bottle. And maybe I wanted to be the first version of me that you met. I didn't want to be confronted by the alternative.
That's pathetic.
That's pathetic.
I never said I wasn't.
Well, at least finally he's honest.
I get it. It would be pretty upsetting, wouldn't it? To know that you might not be the first version of yourself. At least we can remember what happened before. Seems like we should count ourselves lucky for that. Exactly, he gets it. You're lucky, so don't waste that luck by messing it up again. Alright?
Moving on. Why is it important for us to be ignorant? How is it ever helpful to be in the dark?
The more I say, the more your mind will swim into dangerous waters. Even saying that is too much.
The narrator has one motive. That's the only thing I know for certain. He wants the princess dead. That's the only thing I know for sure. And me playing with the idea of coming here multiple times and believing I have multiple tries, that basically stops me from going and just ending it and killing the princess, right? So I get why the narrator don't want us to know that. Because the fact that we're here the second time only getting me more curious to unlock different paths and continue this sort of a cycle that we are in to get more details.
Your success hinges on you having imperfect information. For the sake of the entire world, you need to accept that.
I won't.
Fine, but you won't get another word from me on the matter.
Yeah, sure. We'll see about that.
Yeah, the narrator is a talker.
Just give it a rest, this isn't helping.
Focus. This is a serious situation. You shouldn't be daydreaming.
Inspector Shackle, what happened after I died last time? How can I supposed to cut you out if you didn't notice your head is in the shackle too? Yeah, let's see if she will say something about being immortal.
No. Like I trust you to come any closer with that knife. All you're going to do is hand it to me and watch me work.
But
What?
she would have to cut her head off, right? She can't be suggesting that.
She certainly seems confident. Maybe she knows something we don't.
The music is so good, by the way. Fantastic.
Or maybe you should consider the most likely scenario. She's bluffing so she can disarm you.
Still possible.
Though if she isn't bluffing, whatever she has planned might be for
Although-
her benefit alone. There's no guarantee that what's good for her is good for us.
Although last time, not only until we attacked her, unwillingly the narrator did that she slayed our throats. I don't know if it means that she means well, but who knows?
So, what should we do?
I don't know. I'm just spelling out our options, listing the pros and cons.
Then let me help you. I'll start with the cons. If you're handing her your weapon, the cons are that she might use it to escape and end the entire world. And she might use it to kill you. That doesn't sound great. What about the pros? There are none.
The pros are that we can't trust him, possibly even more than we can't trust her. Whatever she has planned could do something to mess with what he has planned. Or maybe they're both screwing us over in their own ways.
It kind of scares me how much the way the skeptic thinks is similar than the way I think. What is that saying about me? Okay, what happened after I died? I'm not giving you the weapon. You realize that I have as much reason to distrust you as you have to distrust me, right? I like this one. I'm not giving you the weapon. In case you forgot and you kill me. I can cut you out of here. I'm not giving you the weapon. Trust in you. Yeah, you realize that I have as much reason to distrust you as you have to distrust me.
I do. So I guess this all comes down to which of us caves first. And it's not going to be me.
Confident?
I'm extremely patient.
Well, you've been here for some time, I'm guessing.
It's probably better if we take action anyway. No use trying to wait her out. That's playing to her strengths.
Wait a minute, what happened after I died?
Nothing happened. You died. I went upstairs. I couldn't leave. I found myself in a new place in chains again. More of them.
How that happened? How did you find yourself in a new place? Did you just teleport?
And now you're back.
Is that really all she knows? It's not like we have much of a clue about how things work. And she's probably even more in the dark than we are.
I don't think so.
You're looking at me like I might be hiding something. I'm not.
I guess it's possible she really doesn't know anything. Maybe both of us are stuck in this loop without any idea why or how.
Maybe. Let's inspect the shackle now.
I wouldn't do that if I were you.
No, but I want to.
And why is that? Do I even need to explain myself? It's a shackle and it's one without a key. Do you want to be stuck here like she is?
You know. Let's do it.
And what? Is it going to lock the second we put our wrist into it? I don't know. Maybe it will.
Maybe she'll do it. Well, who knows?
He doesn't want us to look at it. That's all the reason we need to investigate.
But what if he's telling the truth?
He isn't.
I am.
Okay, let's have another save. It's been a minute. Wow, the music. Okay, inspect the shackle.
Against your better judgment, you approach the chain dangling from the far wall.
I do that,
Princess
don't I?
watches you with faux disinterest as you inspect it, though she can't fully hide her curiosity. I don't want to say what I'm supposed to say next.
Don't put it on.
What is that supposed to mean? It sounds bad. Is it bad? Yes, it's bad.
Come out and say it then. You're just wasting time.
Fine. As you hoist the shackle, its heft shifts within your grasp, as if pulled by some odd magnetism. Before you can so much as blink, it practically leaps from your hands, snapping around your neck.
Oh, the narrator was right about this one.
And, as if your situation weren't bad enough, the same magnetism repels your blade, which is flung from your hand and sent skittering across the floor of the basement.
Excuse me?
Yes? Are we stuck here now?
I think so. Become your own
Yes.
jailer.
Huh, so it does fit. And I guess it doesn't like your knife. We're stuck here together, aren't we? That's funny.
Maybe someone else will come and save us and we can manipulate him.
What are we supposed to do now?
Can't even cut ourselves out. Guess we'll starve.
Damn, I messed up.
That's horrible.
It's not all bad. We learned a valuable piece of information.
Which is?
Not to touch things we're specifically told not to touch.
No, that there's something special about this loose chain. It's clearly important.
Yeah. That's a good point, Mr. Skeptic. I like it. It's true. So we're both stuck here. What should we do? Did you know that this was going to happen?
No.
Did you know? No? What should we do? So we're both stuck here.
Yep.
Okay, now she's not talking at all. What should we do? Not one for a small talk, are you?
Nope.
Okay, that's
rude.
getting annoying. Yeah. What should we do? She won't say anything. There you go. Okay, wait inside.
You and the
Got it.
princess wait in silence, though neither of you knows what you're waiting for. But you're waiting for something. You're waiting for anything. This is so boring.
There must be something we can do to
I'm
get
having a
out
good
of
time.
here. There must be something we're missing.
But there isn't. Time passes. It passes and passes and passes. And the basement of the cabin remains much the same. It is cold and silent.
At least the world is safe.
It isn't. You're stuck. Too far away from both the princess and your blade to do much of anything.
Yeah, but she won't be free, so...
But she's not ending anything. She's just sitting there.
Yeah.
Her very existence is a threat. It harms everything around it.
What?
How exactly does that work?
It just does.
Of course. Well, I'll give the narrator this one. She doesn't seem human. Again, when the first scenario, or, the first try, so once the head was cut off, she did not scream, nothing. It was like nothing to her, so there is something unnatural about her, right?
But your line of questioning is interrupted by the passage of even more time, and after that, even more time passes again. And let me guess, the cabin remains the same.
And it is written so well. It's so clever, I love it.
If time is passing, the cabin can't be the same. Even if the differences are small, they have to exist. That's just how things work.
I suppose you're correct.
It's getting darker.
Things are changing. The differences are small at first, a bit of weathering here, a bit of erosion there, but then they get larger and larger.
Have you noticed the basement is changing? She won't say anything, but yeah, let's try.
I don't like small talk, remember?
Yeah, but I'm unlocking the dialogue, it's a video game.
Still rude.
Okay, wait in silence.
You continue to wait in silence, and the cabin continues to change. The decay comes faster now. You can see earth through holes in the stonework, can watch lichen spread along the seams of the walls.
It's like, we're going forward in time, like crazy fast. That's a damage that is happening through, I don't know. We're talking about stone walls, I'm guessing. I don't really know, but I'm guessing thousands of years, maybe.
That doesn't make sense. Has our entire concept of time changed? What happened to starving? We should have died by now if the rocks around us are starting to erode.
Yeah.
She hasn't starved.
I guess she hasn't.
Maybe it's the shackles, maybe they're magical.
Even more silent time passes as you watch roots push themselves through the increasingly porous walls of the basement. Dirt seeps inside, flowing across the stone floor like a liquid, covering the ground and threatening to swallow you both. Time continues to pass, and pass, and pass.
I think I understand now something. Well, I mean, should not be too confident about it. It's a speculation. But maybe the way she's ending the world, following what the narrator is suggesting, that she is ending the world, maybe it's by accelerating time dramatically. Maybe that's how the world is going to end. In 4 billion years, I think that's what I read. For example, there are many ways in which the Earth could end, but I think, if I'm not mistaken, the estimate is for 4 billion years? Don't quote me on this, maybe I'm wrong, but in some time, like a long time, billions of years, right? I think the sun is supposed to end, gonna run out of its fuel, then it will expand and gonna suck the Earth, in a way. Because the fuel within the sun will end and the balance that there is there. I'm probably messing up all the details, but something of that sort. The sun's supposed to swallow the Earth at one point, in the far, far future. That's one example for how time is ending the world. And if the princess is like a crazy time machine,
Until suddenly, there are no walls. And then...
I think he's gone.
Would you look at that? We made it out of the cabin, and nothing bad had to happen to either of us.
Oh, something bad happened. Time.
So this is the outside world. It's cold.
Oh. Whoa. The mirror, but you don't get the chance to respond. Something has taken her away and it's left something else in her stead.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And there's that mirror again.
Save.
Why is it here? Why now?
Let's see what's going on here. I don't know where she went, and I don't know how it even go about looking for her. The narrator is gone. That's more interesting. How is he gone? I think I'm supposed to look at the mirror. The narrator is gone.
It is. Does that mean the world ended?
It must have. Do any of us know what the world ending is supposed to look like?
I don't know. Where she went. Don't know how I'd even go about looking for her.
If there's even a her to find anymore.
Yeah.
Right. She's gone. It's just us and that awful thing.
I think I'm supposed to look at it.
Something dreadful about it. I don't think you should.
I think that's the only option we
You're
have.
right. Part of me wants the truth, but something stronger is holding me back. Fear.
We're approaching.
I'm begging you, don't do this.
I don't have another option. The mirror never scared you before.
It's different now. It feels...
Yeah, it's definitely different.
I don't know. Final.
While they're doing this, you approach the mirror, gaze into a reflection, silence as you reach forward. They're gone, but the mirror remains. It's time for you to see what's in it. Ah! That's me! It is you! You're alone in a place that is empty. It's quiet here. Did we really got to the end of the world? Did we cause the end of the world by not slaying her? Possibly. Proceed to the cabin. Oh! I can still proceed to the cabin? Oh! Jeez! You are at the cabin. That's an interesting cabin. What's going on there, princess? Approach her.
Something finds me in the long quiet and brings me the gift of a fragile vessel.
Something finds me in the long quiet and brings me the gift of a fragile vessel. What are you, the gift of a fragile vessel? Is this the end of the world? Let her out of there. Do you know the narrator? I want to ask all those questions. I'm so curious. Are you what sent me to slay the princess? Are you what trapped me here? Do you know about the worlds beyond this place? Are you princess? The princess? Do we know each other? What happens now? Attack the entity or destroy your body? Oof. The music. Chills. Let's save. I don't know if I want to attack or destroy my own body. What are you?
I am solitary lights in an empty city. What are you?
Wow, this is mesmerizing and terrifying at the same time. Solitary lights, what do you mean? I don't know what I am.
I think that you are like me. We are oceans, reduced to shallow creeks.
Oh my god, the singing. That brings it home. Wow, this game. I've never experienced anything like it. The gift of a fragile vessel. Is this the end of the world? Let's hear out of there. Let her out of there. The gift of a fragile vessel?
Yes, nerves and fibers to feel the worlds beyond. Perspectives to make my own.
Wow.
This one is cold and cynical. She has protected herself when others could not. She will make for a clever heart.
That strange entity is using the princess as a vessel.
Do not mourn her. She doesn't need to be protected any longer.
Are you what sent me to slay the princess? Are you what trapped me here? That's a good question.
I have only just now stirred to consciousness. I could not have trapped you here, and I too yearn to be free.
Is this the end of the world?
How can the world have ended if we are talking?
She's got a point. Do you know the narrator? I'm guessing she will say no, she just came to her consciousness.
You are the only thing I have ever known.
Yeah. Figure as much.
The space we're in is vacant. Nothing comes here but us.
It does feel like the end of the world, though. You know, at the beginning of time, at least as far as we know, there was nothing. There was, like, just vacuum. There was literally nothing. Even vacuum was not existing. And then, the Big Bang. What came before the Big Bang? Nobody knows, right? There are a lot of limits to what the human race can figure out, I'm guessing. So, the thing is, what I'm trying to say is, first of all, we should be comfortable to some extent with the fact that we don't know everything, and we never will probably. It's part of life. But of course, we should research what we can, right? That's why I love science. Now, second thing is, if there was nothing before everything, and everything did end, maybe currently there is nothing again. And that's what we're seeing, because everything did end. So she's saying, how can the world end if you're talking? But it's a good point, but at the same time, I don't think it's a contradiction. If that makes any sense. I love the fact that the game is making me think a lot. I love it. Do you know about the worlds beyond this place?
I know only that they are.
If you just come to your consciousness, how do you know that? Do we know each other? It's an interesting question.
You are familiar, but you are not me. I feel sadness, longing, hope as I witness you.
So you have emotions as well? Yeah, well, she's conscious, so... Are you the princess?
She is part of me, and part of me is her.
But were you always the princess, or are you just making her a part of yourself?
You speak in circles.
That's
Does
true.
it matter where one thing begins and another ends?
She won't, but let's try, let her out of there.
I'm sorry. There are some changes that can never be undone. There are some tears that can never be unshed. This is not a place that can hold a fragment of a concept. The moment she arrived here, she was going to return to me.
Wow.
I promise that it doesn't hurt.
She said, return to me. So, you were one before. Did you reunite right now? What happens now?
Nothing, as we are. But I know that there are worlds beyond us, and that we are meant to reach them. There is no exit, but this vessel is a creature of perception. She can make you forget, if only you believe her to be able to.
There is no exit, but this vessel, she's talking about a princess, is a creature of perception. She can make you forget if only you believe her to be able to.
Bring me more perspectives, so that I may be whole, and perhaps then we will know our freedom.
What? Aren't you scared that I'll find a way to kill you? Wait a minute. Okay, make me forget. All the other options are exploring, like asking questions. How much will I forget? Aren't you... Yeah, let's ask it. Aren't you scared that I'll find a way to kill you?
I have not lived. I am not afraid to die.
That's fair. How much will I forget?
Everything. Until we meet again.
Until we meet again. How many more pieces of you do I have to find?
More than you have found, but less than there are to find.
What?
I am infinite. The rest will find their own way home.
Less than there are to find, so there are a lot, but I don't need to get all of them. Got it. And what if I don't let you do this to me?
Then we will be here forever, as we are now. Unfinished, dry, hollow.
I'm not going back. Wait. Okay, make me forget. I was sent to slay the princess to stop her from destroying the world. If I'll help you, is that what you're going to do? Question mark.
You ask of things that cannot be done. To destroy is merely to reshape, to remold.
To destroy is merely to reshape? So... there is a law in physics that says, I'm not sure I'm very accurate, so again, don't quote me on this, but it's something of that sort, that matter cannot be destroyed or created, it can only change, transform. Molecules, they can change and transform. If you burn something, the molecules, they are not disappearing, they are changing into something else. There are always the same amount of molecules in the universe, or something of that sort. Again, don't quote me, I'm not a scientist. That's something I read, or I saw in a documentary. I don't remember. But I get what she's saying, that's what I'm trying to say. I get what she's saying. Basically, she's not, making molecules disappear. However, you can definitely destroy things. If you are a human being with consciousness, and she claims that she has consciousness, so she should understand, because she said she can feel sadness and hope and all that. So changing something too much feels to us like it is destroyed, obviously. So that got so philosophical. When did that happen? Wow! It got so philosophical. You're being semantic. Yeah, in a way. What are you going to do if I help you?
How can I know? I am flickers in something sprawling and unilluminated.
She's been Ridlick. I'm gonna save, but I'm gonna play along. Let's see what it will give us. I'm gonna play along. Make me forget.
She asks that I tell you to remember her. You won't.
Everything goes dark and you die. Chapter 1, The Hero and the Princess. Oh my god.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path
What?
is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
We went back. Okay. I'm so intrigued. We're gonna pause here. We got an achievement from Steam. You probably cannot see it. It says you'll know it when you see it. I don't know if it's a clue for things that are about to happen, but it's interesting. Either way, the narrator, I think, sort of was right. I think the world ended. What happened once we was in that chain, time went by crazy fast. I'm talking like millions, maybe billions of years into the future. The world naturally ended because of time, nothing else. And we had an option then at the end. We sort of reached a singularity or something similar. And then Wow, that was something. And then we had an option to just wait and see what will happen, or go back, start over. And I chose Make Me Forget, which is the same thing as going back. And we went back. So next time we will go back here to chapter 1 and we'll try again to unlock different things and see what else can we learn. If we'll reach the same point at the end of that question, Make Me Forget or Let's Wait here, I'll definitely try to wait to unlock something new, because I think we just started the cycle all over again. This game, it is so interesting. It's definitely not what I thought it would be. It got way more philosophical, and it's not about the narrator and the princess only. It is about them, but it's about something bigger in a way. I don't know how to explain it, but I think you get me, right? Yeah, that's very interesting. I've never experienced anything like it. This is one of the most interesting games I've played so far, for sure. And I am so curious to continue. I hope you enjoyed this one as well. I'll see you soon. Thank you for watching.